Hi, everyone, and welcome to our game of the week. The energy today just feels different in here. We've been building toward this game. This is one both teams have had circle in the schedule since the start of the season. And this is something really special and uncommon. A 1 versus 2 this early in the season. Only college football could produce something like this. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Syracuse Orange. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Gators will kick it away to get this game going. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback keeps the football. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Oh, the read option here. The quarterback keeps it. I thought he was going to get out and maybe take this downfield for big yards. The defense very fortunate to keep him to a shorter gain.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, you'd love to see a few more yards here to give yourself a better chance on 3rd down. Now, here early in this game, we get a big 3rd down to see if this offensive line can keep the pressure off the quarterback.
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable 3rd down play for the offense. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Quick throw complete to the tight end. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that 1st down yardage. Syracuse lines up quickly.
That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big 3rd down conversion. Offensive line did their job, giving a quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. And now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time, they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle.
Oh, the pass is picked off. Can he take it all the way? That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down.
Boy, this is why I love this defense so much. So opportunistic. We've seen it all year, and now we see it right here. Big interception. They set their offense up in great field position here on their first possession.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. That strong run defense, not much of a gain on the play.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Buying time now, rolling to his left. Pass caught, can he get in? Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a 1st and goal. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Florida. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
PAT is good, so it's 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now.
Florida 7, Syracuse 0.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Lets it fly to the wideout, but they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and a receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball. And eventually, that's going to cost you.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. He's going to take off here. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Third down play here out of the shotgun. That's caught. It's Lee. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down here at the 26.
Well, this is why they want to get his hands on the football as often as possible. We always know about his ability to make plays downfield, but here they just get it to him quick on a wide receiver screen. He shakes the tackle and picks up nice yards.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Looking to pass here on second down. Hit as he threw. He's going deep here. Oh, great chance of an interception. Could not hold on in the end zone. Set up a third down call.
Boy, really nice job by this defense. Not only do they pressure the quarterback and get after him, but I don't think they tipped their hand with their coverage. They actually waited to the last possible second to bracket this receiver, and it almost paid off for an interception.
Oh, he misfires again. 3 in a row.
Oh, my gosh. They almost came up with another interception. They had a pick on the last drive. They're doing such a good job of baiting this quarterback into throwing the ball into coverage and then making a play on the ball. Let's see if they can keep this going.
He missed it. And after the miss, still down by 7.
Now, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. A poor kicker.
And the Gators offense retakes the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. He's got some room and some blockers here. Touchdown, Syracuse. Wow, what a play. Defensive score. That is a game-changing play by this defense.
Well, game-changing. The momentum now is on their side. They've got confidence that they can finish this game off and get a win. If they do, we're going to remember this play right here.
And the extra point was up and good. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Florida offense is back out on the field now. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure is coming.
This defense recognized that this offense wanted to throw the football. They pinned their ears back, got into attack mode, and came up with a nice sack.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
Well, heck, if they hadn't dug themselves such a big hole, what a positive play here, using that jet motion and that touch pass to pick up some huge yards and giving them a chance anyway of trying to come up with a first down.
Fires it to the wideout, and he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Here's the 2nd down play. And the same runner's got it again. And the Gators look to keep this drive moving. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo.
Boy, a nice first down here by this running back, and what he's doing today makes me reflect on some of the great backs that they've had over the years in Gainesville. Emmitt Smith, arguably one of the best backs, if not the best back in the history of the game. Damian Pierce more recently, but even guys like Eric Rhett and Fred Taylor, just really talented running backs with the ability to take it to the house.
Gives it to the back. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Crucial 3rd down play coming up. Big throw caught on the left side. Finding some room with the 25. Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready, this guy can run. And then the reality comes, and this guy can fly. You see it again here. Nice catch.
An inside give now from the shotgun. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. The pocket breaking down. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
He gets away with one here. He threw that ball into double coverage. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of pressure. He does a nice job of hanging in there. But, man, he got to be careful where you're throwing this football.
Running out of time in the pocket. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure works. So on 4th down, they will settle for a field goal attempt. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Field goal try, no good. He missed it. So in the 2nd quarter of play, this game remains tied.
Boy, this This guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
Opening play of the drive, he looks right for a completion. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. Syracuse lines up quickly. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. He'll take a deep shot here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up for the first down. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack. Well, this defense reeling after giving up that big play responds immediately with a sack.
Yeah, on the previous play, the offensive line did their job. They held up. Nice job in pass protection to give the quarterback time to make the throw. The very next play, the defense has had enough. This time they win the battle up front and get to that quarterback and come up with that sack. Man, is he pretty to watch run this option. He is so dangerous with the threat to run or to throw. This time he keeps it himself, and you can see how much ground he eats up with that kind of speed.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Orangeman.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football with the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
So they'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. PAT puts them in front by 7. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he left that one in the end zone. And the Florida offense retakes the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. He's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Syracuse. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Big pass, here comes a jet sweep. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, drops back. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Oh, and the big fella couldn't quite hold on to that one. Going to set up a third down play.
Boy, oh boy, Chris, this quarterback is getting way too loose with the football. He's already thrown an interception on the last series. Almost has another one here. He's got to start taking better care of the football.
Defense is coming after him. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
They'll kick it away here. Oh, and he's got some space here. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. Offense protecting the lead here, but they've been playing so well. Let's see if they go for more before halftime. Breaking free at the 35. Explosive play, and the offense will set up now inside the 30-yard line. Syracuse lines up quickly. And then first down, right back to the running game. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. They didn't lose any yards, which is great. I think they're definitely looking for more from that play.
Caught quickly. And he steps out of bounds just short of the end zone. Couldn't quite get there.
Of all the receivers to lose track of, it's this guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country. Lucky that wasn't a score.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Orangemen.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Gets some blocks. Still going. It's a foot race. They can't catch him. Touchdown. We knew this returner was a dangerous guy. That was an electrifying play all the way to the house.
Chris, it was great blocking, but the guy just looked so natural back there. As far as once he got his hands on the ball, it was like he was setting up his blocks, knowing exactly where he wanted to go. And then once he hit it right around midfield, nobody was catching.
So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? He'll hand it off. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Syracuse will kick it off to get the second half underway. And the return starts just inside the end zone. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Gators offense retakes the field. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Finds room at the 30. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Well, anytime you're down at halftime, you get your minds together, you try to make some adjustments, you try to get things heading in a better direction. This offense is off to a great start after this play right here.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line. The Gators will come to the line to crank up the tempo. And now the handoff. The ball is loose. They scoop up the ball. It's still a live play.
Wow, that is big-time awareness by his teammate to get on top of that football. As a result, they catch a break and are able to retain possession.
Not the news the coach was hoping to hear. He took a chance calling a timeout to get the replay. We'll see if that proves to be crucial. The Gators starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Here comes a handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a 3rd down. Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. It's caught. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a 1st down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the 1st down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
Still down by double digits in the 3rd quarter. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And here's the handoff. The game picks up the 1st down, tackled at the 37.
It makes sense going for it here. You're kind of in that no man's land depending on how much faith you have in your kicker. And if you don't get it, your opponent still has a ways to go. Now you pick it up and you can go get a touchdown.
And at 1st down, they go right back to him. And they've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Now it's 2nd down here. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And the Gators churn out another 1st down.
Yeah, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a 1st down.
That run picks up 1st down yardage, a fresh set of downs for this offense. It's an option look. He'll toss it to the back. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Well, the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
He'll hand it off. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Can he get there on the ground? And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. The Gators will come to the line looking to convert on 4th down. Here we go, 4th down. They'll try to run for it. Good enough for 1st down yardage.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
And they finally bring him down at the 5. Offense really threatening now. The Gators will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. Keeping it on the ground here. Bring him down short of the goal line, but it's 1st and goal from the 2. And this big crowd doing everything possible to inspire this defense down here near the goal line. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
And it's 1st and goal. You're thinking about trying to score. You're looking at positive yards, and instead, you're going backwards. That's going to set up a very important 2nd down call here.
Ball moved back to the 4 for 2nd and goal. They're going to run it here. He's swallowed up at the line. Could not get past that big defensive tackle.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about 3rd down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here. Whether they run it or throw it, you get a stop here and maybe hold them to 3 points.
Here's a run call on 3rd and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. A field goal here doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 on 4th down. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Football comes out. The offense recovers, but doesn't make any difference. They're short on the 4th down play. The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. So it's 1st and 10 inside the 5. How does the coaching staff play this? Do they run the ball to get some breathing room, or will they trust the QB and be more aggressive here? Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Ball handed off. There's a stiff arm. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
That run, good for a 1st down. The offense still rolling. QB decides to keep it here. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the 1st down yardage.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit. They didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So the offense faces a 3rd and manageable here from the 25-yard line. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. And they heave it deep downfield. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down.
Boy, a questionable call there on 3rd down. I know they don't convert, but why not run the ball? Keep the clock moving, especially working with the lead in the 4th quarter. Now you got a big decision here on 4th down and short.
And he punts it out of bounds, so no return. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. He's moving out of the pocket now. Gets into space at the 50. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 play coming up.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's...
Here's a shot toward the right sideline. That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Oh, Chris, the offense could not afford to throw that interception down by a couple scores. Every series matters. Every opportunity in possession. You need points on the board, and to throw a pick, you just wonder how many chances more they'll get.
They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
And they'll just try to run some clock here, keeping it on the ground. And it works. The 1st down to the 35.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
It's a run. Running back's got it. He's found some room at the 45. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Syracuse getting set now with a 1st and 10. They'll hand it off. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Well, nothing like getting positive yards here, playing with the lead late in the game and then staying in bounds to boot. It's exactly what you want to see as an offensive coordinator.
And now they'll run it on the draw. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. And that's the 2-minute warning. And this offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. It's a shotgun run call. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they'll give it to the back. And tackled after a small pickup there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the 1st down. It's a quick grab. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Well, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on 3rd down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. He'll be brought down just a few inches short of that 1st down marker. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on 3rd down, trying to force a field goal. And they stop him just short, but defense really backed up now. It's 1st and goal.
Well, this offense just seems to get more confident as this football game is played out. They've got a nice lead. Here they are in the 4th quarter, just working that clock, possessing the football, and trying to...
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Syracuse. Rick, you don't have to be that creative, do you? The running back simply cannot be stopped. It's another touchdown.
Chris, he's scoring all these touchdowns, but it's really as much about the offensive line as it is anything. How about the holes that he's running through right now to give him a chance to get out into space to show you what he can do as a back. But he'll be the first one to tell you, I'm sure, after the game, the job this offensive line did.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida offense retakes the field. At this point, there's not much you can do except play for pride. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. He's running out of time here. With the catch, it's Fowler. Breaks loose at the 45. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. First down, looking to throw the ball. He's looking to scramble. Breaks loose at the 40. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down. And the Gators are in the red zone. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Oh, and it's incomplete. He flat out dropped what would have been a touchdown. 2nd down coming up now. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Gators.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
The extra point is good. The late touchdown makes the game look closer than it actually was. So this team is beginning to stack wins now against really high-quality opposition. You wonder what the ceiling for this group is.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is a football team right now that's playing with a lot of confidence. I like the way that they are progressing. We'll just have to see how far they can continue to progress and where it'll take them.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. From Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.